to My Math, Your Math. So today I'm going to go over a little bit of basic calculus stuff, and we're going to talk about the power rule. I'm going to find the derivative of each of these functions using the power rule. Alright, so if you're familiar with the power rule, anytime you have, let's say, x to the n, when you take the derivative, the n comes down and gets multiplied by whatever constant you have. Let's say you had a constant a. It becomes n times that constant a times your x, and then the power always drops by 1. Okay? So this is the general formula we're using, and I'm kind of assuming that you've already seen power rule or something in class, and are coming here for a little bit more help. So, let's begin. Problem A. F of x is equal to 3x squared plus 4x minus 9. Let's start taking derivatives. Okay, so f prime typically stands for the first derivative of a function. Okay? So the 2 drops down, 2 times 3, x to the 2 minus 1. Okay? Let's see what happens to the 4x. There's secretly a power of 1 on the x, so the 1 drops down, multiplies by 4x to the 1 minus 1. And derivative of all constants is just 0, right? So that's going to be plus 0 or minus 0 at the end. Technically minus because there's a minus right here. Okay? 2 times 3 is 6. Let's see, wait, f prime of x equals 6. 2 minus 1 is 1, so it's just 6x. 1 minus 1 is 0. X to the 0 power is 1. So it would be 1 times 4 times 1, which is just 4. Is the derivative for A. Let's look at B. For B, before I take the derivative, I'm going to alter the equation slightly. So notice I am not taking a derivative. I'm only modifying my equation. Another way of writing any kind of radical is the thing inside raised to the 1/2 power. And yes, you can still take derivatives when there's a fraction up there. The same way. So let's take a derivative. So the 1/2 comes down, and it's x to the 1/2 minus 1. And we noticed over here that anytime you have number times just x by itself, no power, the derivative is just the number. So the derivative of negative 2x is just the negative 2. 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. So the derivative equals 1 over 2 x to the negative 1/2 minus 2. And you could rewrite that as f prime of x is equal to 1 over 2 radical x minus 2 is the derivative for B. Last one, C. 1 over x cubed, what do you do now? Aha, you need x on top. Just like in part B, I'm not going to take a derivative for the first step, I'm just modifying my equation. Okay? Another way of writing this is x on top, no more fraction, to a negative 3 power. And now we can do the same thing. Bring the negative 3 down, and it's negative 3 minus 1 up top, right? So take a derivative. Negative 3x, negative 3 minus 1. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. So f prime is negative 3x to the negative 4. If negative exponents bother you and you sleep better at night with them downstairs, then we could just rewrite this as negative 3 over x to the positive 4. Either of these two answers should be acceptable, is acceptable. By me, it would be acceptable. And there you have it, the power rule in 3 examples.